Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys see the title of this video, this is going to be a video on dating while you're in the 20s plus size edition. Grab your popcorn, and even if you're not plus size, girl, you know you can still stay. You know you my booski. Because let's keep it a buck, the dating pool has like caca in it. We already know this. Like, I don't even have to tell you. So even if you're not plus size, hun, you can still stay. I got some wine with me. It is literally Wednesday, so I'm not trying to drink. So, you know, this is really just for show and tell, bitch, because I'm a show and I'm a so I'm gonna be sipping it a little bit, but I'm gonna try my best not to finish it. You guys know I'm on a weight loss journey. So if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Give the video a thumbs up and let's get straight into it. If you guys are not new to my channel, then you guys know for a given fact that I have went through hell in the dating scene, y'all. And you guys always ask me to make videos like this. You guys always ask me, how am I able to date, and can I make a little girl talk type of video showing how to date? And a lot of you guys that ask that, you guys are plus size when y'all DM me, and you guys tell me that it's hard for you to date as a plus size woman, and it's hard for you to be confident and stuff like that. And I don't blame y'all, because if you guys watch my story times with the little guys that I have dated, you guys have already seen what they try to do with me. You guys know they try to humble me, little me. They feel like I am not really deserving of certain things because of my size. And you know, I am getting smaller. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, because y'all know I used to be 300 pounds. I'm not gonna lie. When I was 300 pounds, I used to think to myself, like, okay, maybe when I get smaller, like, dating will get a little easier for me. Y'all, it has gotten worse. I went from, I'm gonna say, and I was talking about it with one of my friends the other day, like, I literally went from when I was like 300 pounds and I was dating guys, sexualizing me, of course, because you guys know a lot of guys like to sexualize big women because there's a lot of connotations with big women, like, oh, if she's big, she knows how to do this in the bed, or, you know, bigger women have better this or better that, or bigger women know how to cook. It's an all use type of mentality when it comes to the thought of a bigger woman. And so because a lot of people are spewing those type of connotations on the internet, and honestly, nothing is wrong with those connotations. Nothing is wrong with being good in the bedroom. Nothing is wrong with knowing how to cook. I think those are good attributes as a woman. But when you literally just solidify that one little aspect of what it is to be a woman towards a certain demographic of women, that's when it becomes a problem. When you are dating a guy who have been fed this rhetoric that big women are good in the bedroom, and big women like to spend money on you, and big women like to let you do whatever you want to do because they feel like nothing is coming their way, because a lot of people do not like big women in society, you then begin to see guys treat you a certain type of way because they have this certain thought process of you. And let's be real, there are some women that are bigger that feed into the rhetoric and actually do it. But like I tell you guys in all my videos, I'm a firm believer that if a woman is going to do whatever I just told you that they do, it doesn't matter her size. I feel like a small woman can be used. I feel like a big woman can be used. I feel like a tall woman can be used. I feel like a short woman can be used. I feel like any type of woman can get used, okay? I feel like any type of woman has good cooch. I think that any type of woman can, you know, I think you guys just put this negative connotation around us. Y'all want an excuse for why y'all mess with bigger women or whatnot if you get caught for messing with bigger women, when you could just be honest with yourself and say that you're attracted to us. Because in my honest opinion, I'm not going where I'm not attracted to. You know what I mean? Y'all not gonna catch me with no white man. And let me not say that, because, you know, my type might change as times go on. But if my type changes, I'm never gonna be like, oh, my type changed because white men do this, white men do that. No, it's gonna be my type change because, like, my preference changed and he caught my eye, you know. But people are too afraid to admit that they are actually attracted to bigger women. So they put these type of fetishes on us and these type of negative connotations on us, which makes dating so hard, because guys come in with the thought process thinking all the stuff that I told you guys before. And then they run into a girl like me. They run into a girl like me, and then they find out real quick, not right here. Not right here, partner. Not right here. I am not cooking. I am not cleaning. But I'm gonna get that ring like Cardi B. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning for you, honey. If I don't know you, I'm not doing that. What did JT say? My bitch shaking ass with their hand out. Where the money at? Y'all already see where my story times have been. Like, I'm going to ask for money, and I'm just not, because I know whenever I tell like those story times about me asking guys for money, some people in the comment section be like, I just think that it's very disrespectful for you to be asking guys for money when you don't know them, this and that. And this is what I always tell those people in the comment section. Whenever I date a guy, I always let him know in the beginning that I will always have my hand out. And I don't just ask for money right away. I give them about a good 2 weeks, about a good 2 times of us seeing each other. I feel like if I've been in your life for that long and you can't deliver something, then at this point you don't really care about me. Like, if I ask you for and the thing is, it's not every guy that I talk to that I ask for money right away, or that it's like sometimes like there's certain guys that I might not need anything when I'm dating them at that moment. Like, I'm not the type of person who just asks just to ask. Like, if I ask a guy for money, it's probably because like I see something that I wanted to buy, but I didn't want to spend it with my own money. If I'm talking to a guy and at the moment I don't really need nothing, I'm not gonna ask him for anything. We're just gonna vibe out until I come across, you know, something that I might want, or I come across a situation. It's not always something that I might want. I might have a situation with my car. I might have a situation to where I feel like he could come and save the day, and he needs to come and save the day. So like, going back to what I said, because I'm all over the place and I don't really take notes before my videos. Y'all know I just really freestyle. I write a couple of things in my notes and then I just freestyle. I don't really like take like real notes before I make these type of videos. Back to what I was saying before. When I was 300 pounds, I was dealing with a lot of guys fetishizing me. You know, like just sexually attracted to me. Guys were just trying to get me in the bedroom. It was just a lot of that. And then I was thinking to myself, like, okay, like when I get smaller, dating is gonna be a little bit more easier. I'm gonna be able to, like, you know, maneuver around. I began to notice that when I got smaller, the sexualization literally racked up times 20. I was so shocked. I was like, this can't be it. And I know if you guys have watched my older videos, then you guys have heard me say in my last videos that I got more genuine connections with the opposite sex when I was bigger than now. Like, everything is so superficial now that I'm dating now at this size. Everything is so superficial. When I was dating, when I was bigger back then, even though I was getting sexualized a lot, it was a lot of connections that I had with guys that, I mean, it probably went left or we probably fell off, but in that moment, I knew that the connection was like somewhat, like they were building towards something. Like, I could tell that they were genuinely interested in getting to know me. But now, y'all, everything is so freaking superficial. I now have men that are like jealous of me in an aspect and stuff like that. And if you guys, like I said, if y'all watch my videos, y'all have seen these type of various things where guys would tell me like, you're not all that, this and that. I had this one guy the other day. It wasn't the other day. It was like about, well, we're going to get into story. Y'all know the title is mini story time. So I'm going to be telling mini story times. We're not going to really get into it right now. But just know that I had more genuine connections with men when I was bigger. Now that I am smaller, it's a lot of superficial connections, a lot of like just weirdness. Let's talk about dating. Let's talk about going out on dates. Because I know you guys have been asking me about like, how do I go out about going out on dates and stuff, and how am I confident and stuff like that. So let's get into that. Well, I have definitely come to realize through watching, you know, different people's story times on TikTok and through seeing different people have different videos on like different things that are going on with their dating life. I love those type of videos. If you guys are like me, then you guys know those type of videos are golden. I love watching those type of get ready with me for my date, or story time, I had a date, or this and that, dating while plus size, dating while skinny, bitches. I don't care. It don't matter. I love those type of videos, and I'm always eating it up, but I always end up on the dating while plus size type of side of TikTok. And nothing's wrong with that. Y'all know I'm plus size, so you know, I guess I am what I consume or whatnot. And I will see like plus size girls talking about their dating experience. I will see them talking about that they were afraid to go on dates, and that used to be me. If you ask any of my friends, y'all, I used to be so afraid to go on dates because I used to be scared of how I was going to be perceived. I used to be scared of like, what if he looks at me and I'm bigger in person? So many different things. I don't think you guys understand. It didn't even just have to do with my weight. I just used to be scared of like, what if he doesn't like the way I talk? What if he doesn't like my voice? Like, I was very into my shell. well. I was not confident with asking, like, not really asking guys on dates, but you know, I'm a firm believer of it's a type of energy that you spill out when you are on social media, especially if a guy meets you online. That gives him the vibe of like, yeah, like if I want to go out with this girl, I'm gonna have to take her out on a date, versus a guy just asking you to come over. And I did not have a lot of confidence, and I feel like it was so obvious to a lot of guys that were dating me, to the point where I didn't get asked out on dates back then. And I used to try, like, because I told my friend, and honestly speaking, I didn't care. Like, one day I was talking to one of my good friends, and if you're watching this, hey baby, I love you. Me and her were talking, and she was trying to get a better understanding as to why I did not like getting asked out on dates or stuff like that. And I kind of gave her a synopsis and stuff like that, and she just kind of, I don't remember what she told me, but she told me, she was like, I think I remember, I think she was like, girl, you gotta go out on dates. Like, you have to go out on dates. And it's not like I was just letting everybody come to my house, bitch. This wasn't Big Mama's house, bitch. I wasn't letting everybody come over, you feel me? But at the same time, it was either two things for me. It was either you're coming over to my place or I'm not gonna see you. Most of the time I would just flake. I would just, if it was a guy that I didn't feel like seeing, or I didn't feel like wanting him in my personal space, I would just flake. Or I would just, you know, we'll just be pen pal buddies. It would be guys that would be in the city that will just be texting and texting and texting, and then some guys will just eventually just come over and we'll hang out or stuff like that. And I wasn't sleeping with all of them, but you know, I just felt better. I just felt like I was in a better element at home than like out in public and being perceived and being looked at. And you guys already know what it's like. If you are a plus size woman, then you guys already know what it's like to be out in public and for people to be looking at you. And honestly speaking, I'm gonna be real with you, I did not want my date to have to go through that. I'm gonna have my date go through people looking at us all upside our head just because I'm a plus size woman. Everybody that is plus size know that once you get to a certain type of weight, and I don't think it has to do so much with the scale, because there's so many logistics into the weight scale. I don't know if you guys seen, this girl literally just made a TikTok talking about that if you're over 200 pounds, you shouldn't be able to attend Pilates. I don't understand why. First of all, that's disrespectful. It don't matter how much weight she said, that's disrespectful on any level. Because how you gonna tell big people not to go to the gym? How you gonna tell big people not to work out? Okay, but then when they don't work out and they sit home and they eat like they on 600-pound life, y'all say something. Like, what? And so it's like all those little things that you guys see on the internet gets translated to real life, and it gets translated through stares. And if you are plus size, you know that once you get to a certain size, it gets to the point where you become the main character in any building you step into, even if you're not trying to, because people give you looks and people look at you sideways, because people solidify you're not taking care of yourself. People don't think you're taking care of yourself. You guys already know how I feel about that. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, so I just did not want to have to put my date through that. But I began to realize, like, girl, if he wanted to talk to you, he in some way, shape, or form thought you were cute. If he is not comfortable putting you out in public, if he's trying to hide you, then that's not the man for you. Initially, I started going on dates. My friend told me, she was like, you need to make these guys take you out on dates. And I was like, okay, I'll try. My very first date, like real date, still when I was around 300 pounds, I'm not gonna lie, it was still around when I was around 300 pounds. It was when I had just graduated from college. Me and the boy went to a hookah/restaurant, and the date was so trash. Boy was like so shy, and it was actually crazy. And you know, it's a little TMI, but like we just agreed to be friends with benefits. Like it was not even, we weren't even dating. We weren't going on a date to date, but I was just listening to what my friend said, and my friend was like, look, you need to make sure that they take you out on dates. Like you have to. So even though we just both agreed to be friends with benefits, I told myself like, no, like he has to take me out on a date. He has to give me some food, bitch. I gotta eat. Big mama, bitch, I gotta eat, you feel me? So and he didn't have no issue. I don't even think I asked him. I think he told me, and it's crazy because we both agreed to be friends with benefits, but he told me, he was like, hey, you want to go out this week? I want to go to this hookah spot. And so me and him went to the hookah spot, and the date was so boring, y'all. He did not talk to me at all. Like he didn't talk to me at all. And I was like, are you good? Like I just felt like I was carrying the whole conversation. I just was over talking because he wasn't talking. It was just so quiet. So I ended up asking him like, what's the problem? And he was like, I'm just so shy. And I'm like, why are you shy? Like, why are you shy? And he's like, you're so pretty. I'm like, why are you shy? Like, what? Like, bitch, I'm the one. And, now that I have been on, dates with like good looking men, like really, really good looking men, I do kind of get what he's saying, because I have been on dates with some men where I was mute. I couldn't talk. I was shy. So I get it now. But back then I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he was lying, honey. But he was like, yeah, like I'm shy. I'm shy. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You just make me very nervous. And I was like, why? Like, I'm like, you saw me online. I look the same in person. He's like, yeah, but you're just like really pretty. And y'all already know the face card never declined, y'all. Even when I was a lot of people don't even know I was over 300 pounds. People don't even know that. The face card never declines on this end. So even when I was 300 pounds, your girl, shit, face card was still sitting, So the date was boring, and I don't even want to get into what happened. It just was not it. We did not talk no more after that. Now looking back at it, I'm kind of happy that the date was boring, or he was shy, because it kind of gave me the upper hand to be in my element and to just be myself. You know what I mean? That was my first date, and then like it was just time periods where I wasn't really going on dates like that. And back then when I used to tell guys like, oh, you need to take me out on a date, like I would not see them no more. I won't hear from them. They'll be deuces. Ooh wow, chucking up the deuces. Like, they'll be gone, y'all. But nowadays when I go out on dates, it's different. So back then when I used to go out on dates, it would just be like guys being shy or like, I don't know, like just weird stuff. Like that boy who called me a catfish. I don't know if you guys remember that story time about that boy who said that I was a catfish because my body was smaller in person. And you guys have to watch out for those type of men, and those type of men fall into the fetishization category. And those type of men, they fetishize plus size women, because why are you worried about the fact that I look smaller in person? And if you guys remember that story time, that you guys remember pictures that I had up on my Instagram were old pictures when I was bigger, and at that time I had dropped like, I think I dropped like 40 pounds. No, I dropped like 30 pounds, and I had not updated my profile. Like, my profile was still of the pictures that when I was 30 pounds heavier, and when we met in person he was mad that I was smaller. That's fetishization, because literally right after he asked me to come over to his place. So I deal with that a lot. And you have to understand that when you are plus size, or not even just plus size, but a woman in general, like I said, the dating pool has piss in it. You're going to run across the guys that are just taking you out on dates so they can smash. And you have to see the telltale signs. So let's get into the telltale signs of a guy's that just taking you out just to crack. Number one, he brings up Netflix and chill, and you guys haven't even seen each other in person. I haven't been on y'all's first date. That is a telltale sign that he is trying to crush. That is a telltale sign that he is trying to smash. He says, hey, let's Netflix and chill. If he says, oh, do you want to chief up? Do you want to smoke in my car? If he says, do you want to come over to my place and then we'll figure out where to go? Those are telltale signs that he is either A, trying to crush, or if you are plus size, it's B, he just wants to keep you in the house and he wants to hide you. He's not proud of who he's talking to. Then I used to not cut them off. I used to be like, no, I want to go out. Me and the guys would get into arguments, y'all. Can you believe I'm arguing with grown men about taking me out? This was me back then, y'all. Please don't judge me. But we used to get into arguments, and I used to be like, what do you mean come to your house? What do you mean smoke? Well, like, what are you saying? And they'll be like, oh, this and that. Like, I don't really know you like that, so I'm just trying to feel you out. Da da da. And we would get into arguments, and it's actually crazy because this one guy that I was talking to years ago, he did not want to take me out on a date. He felt that he was not comfortable taking me out on a date because he said that he doesn't know, like, what if we stop talking and this ABCD. And me and him got into an argument, not really an argument, but we got into like a debate about it, and we just both stopped talking to each other. Like, and that was like 2 or 3 years ago. And then he popped back up into my life this year, and I did go out on a date with him. And I know some people are like, oh my god, girl, why would you go back out on a date with him? Y'all, please. He said acai bowl, and if you guys know me, to know me is to know I love acai bowl. So bitch, I went out. But honestly speaking, I went out with him like just on some friendship. Me and him, we talked about the situation and stuff, and you could tell that he was trying to make up for what he did back then. And honestly speaking, I know that it had nothing to do with me being plus size back then. I know he just did not like taking people out on dates. From what I heard, I just know he did not like taking people out on dates, because I've heard other things or whatnot about him with other girls. I heard it afterwards, but I wasn't having it, y'all. Like, I just was not having it. I'm like, no, like, if you're not gonna take me out on a date, like, me and you are not gonna see each other. And he stood on his business and I stood on mine. Then he came back in my life, and it's like, now he's trying to take me out on dates. Now he's trying to date me. But my brain, one thing about me, like, I'm not gonna say I hold grudges, but it's very hard for me to forget some foul shit that you did to me. And I feel like that shit was foul. And not only do I feel like that was foul, I feel like, why'd you wait 3 years later? Like, you was really trying to stand on your 10, right? So let everybody stand on their 10. So that's just how I felt when he came back in my life, and he kept trying to court me. He kept trying to take me out, but I just was not feeling it. Like, I wasn't feeling it. I went out with him once. It was cool, but like, overall, I just couldn't get the thought of what he did back then out of my head. And I had to just end up telling him, like, hey, I can't get this thought out of my head. I think we just need to be friends. Like, you don't have to pursue me in a romantic manner. And the boy, he was very nice, very sweet guy. Like, I'm not, you know, he was nice. He took it nicely. And, you know, me and him, we still, like, I think I called him the other day to check on him, because he always checks on me. And ever since I told him that we could just be friends, he be texting me like, hey friend, and stuff. He's dating some other girl, which is cool. But you have to stand on your boundaries in your dating game. Like, you have to have non-negotiables. It don't matter if you are plus size, small, big, tall, large. You have to have non-negotiables. And my non-negotiables are, have to take me out on a date. Unless, like, I knew you before, like, this is, like, let's say if it's a guy that I was friends with and then we start talking, that's different. Let's say if it's a guy that I've been knowing for a long time, or like me and him met like through weird circumstances, that's different. But for the most part, if I don't know you, you have to take me out on a date. I'm just not gonna be posted up in your house. And I used to do that back then, y'all. So this is not coming from somebody that is judging any of you guys that are doing that. I'm letting you guys know that you don't need to be doing that. Make these guys take you out. And if he cannot take you out, you guys don't need to see each other. Not even just because of, oh, the man gotta do this on a, no, like, it's also for safety reasons, y'all. I've been put in a lot of compromising situations, giving guys the benefits of the doubt and going to their place. I've been put in a lot of compromising situations. Had I made him take me out, I would have not been put in those type of situations. And it's like, I sometimes kind of blame myself, and it's like, you know, I blame myself because I think to myself, like, I should have made him take me out. I could feel him out and see what type of person he is. And at the end of the day, you never know who somebody is, because somebody could take you out 6, 7, 8 times, and you could go to their house and they can violate you. It's happened to me before. But at the same time, when you are going out with these guys, and when you do hang out with these guys, you will begin to see red flags if you are dating a guy who is, you know, coming with bad intentions. But when you just go straight to his house, it's kind of harder for you to see the red flags, and you might get stuck, or you might get caught up in his web because he's in his element. These are a few of my non-negotiables while dating. 1, you have to take me out on a date. Like, I am not going to be cooped up in your house, especially at this grown age of 28, y'all. Number 2, I do not do men with kids. I recently dated a guy with kids, and I could not stand it. He just kept complaining about his baby mama. I don't even know if I want kids for myself. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I do not get married, I don't think I'm gonna have kids. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not really too fond of kids. Like, I'm not a type of person that sees a kid and, you know, gets all like baby feverish. It's very hard for me to see a kid in my, I'm like, bitch, I get cat feverish more than baby feverish. I can see a cat on the screen and be like, oh my God, I want a cat, more than I want a baby. You know what I mean? I'm not really a baby type of kid person. So you're not about to bring a kid around me that I don't even know or like that, and then you and your baby mama are having so many like issues, and y'all don't know how to co-parent, and y'all don't know how to come to a, like, you know, like a, you know, a true, and nothing is wrong with that. I know that that happens, but I just don't want to be in the midst of it. So if you see me talking to a guy with kids, just know I'm playing around. Ain't nothing real going on for real. Number 3, I will not date a guy that is not generous. I will not date a guy that is not a provider. I am not going to be sitting around dating a guy that, let's say that my tires get messed up or I need to live somewhere and he cannot help me. He's just looking at me. I literally seen this video with this girl that said that like her car messed up right after she left her ex's place and he didn't even want to take her to the shop, and the shop was literally down the street. Literally was telling her like, oh, call me when you get there. I will not, and I repeat, will not be dealing with a guy who doesn't want to provide or help me out in a time of need. Number 4, I would not be dealing with a guy that is too overly sexual in the very beginning. Come on, me and you do not know each other. You are like damn near, you're in your 20s, so that means that you've been on this earth for 2 decades, more than 2 decades. Some of these guys, y'all been on this earth. A lot of shit has happened in your life and a lot of shit has happened in mine. You can be talking about so many different things other than what goes on in the bedroom. So let me give you guys like a little mini story time, because you know I told you guys I'm gonna be giving you guys little mini story time. So this story time is very mini, y'all. Like when I say very mini, like minute. I was talking to this one guy. And we were planning our date. And then I had went out one night. I went to the club one night and he was at the club too, but he wasn't at the same club as me. But he ended up telling me like, hey, can you please stop at the club that I'm at on your way home? I want to see you. So I didn't think anything of it because the club is on my way home. So I decided to stop by to go see him. It was like 3 in the morning. We were just chilling in my car. And like I said, I parked in the parking lot area where everybody was surrounded. So it's not like me and him was in a secluded area. Like we were just chilling in my car. And honestly, I didn't care to see him because later on that week, we were supposed to be going out on our date. Like he had already planned the date. So I was like, okay, cool. I went to go see him. The boy's drunk, y'all. Like he is drunk. And I knew he was drunk because while I was at the club with my friend, he kept sending me Snapchats of him drinking. So I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's drunk. So he was drunk, y'all, and he was being like a tad bit belligerent, I'm not gonna lie. Like, but it wasn't to the point where I was like uncomfortable, but you could just tell like he was letting his intrusive thoughts win. So he was saying things like, oh my God, like you're so sexy. Like he's talking to me in like a kind of lustful type of manner, and I'm like, ugh, I'm a little weirded out by it, but I'm just letting him be, y'all. I'm not drunk, okay? I did not get drunk at the club. I'm not gonna say I was sober, but I wasn't drunk like him. Like he was drunk, okay? But I was like I was level-headed, you know what I mean? I'm just letting him talk and I'm just looking at him, and he's like being lustful but in a funny type of manner, like joking. And then he's like, he keeps catching himself and he keeps saying like, did I say too much? I'm drunk. Did I say too much? And I'm like, no, you're fine. In my head, I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna let you know when you say too much. You are saying too much, but it's not to the point where, you know, I gotta stop shit. But, you know, when I get to the point where I gotta stop shit, I'm gonna stop shit, you know? And I'm just watching him, and honestly speaking, you have to, when you go out on these dates with guys, you have to don't talk as much, y'all. Ladies, when y'all go on these dates with men, do not talk as much. Observe and let them do the talking. Let them do the movements and all this stuff. Let them be the one to ask you questions. When you go on these dates, don't take over the table. Don't take over the conversation. Don't carry the conversation. If the guy don't want to talk, you don't talk either. Especially if a guy's asking you out on a date. Don't ask me out on a date and then don't speak to me when we get to the date. Like, what, like, why'd you ask me here? You know, so he's talking and I'm just letting him talk. He's saying things that I'd never heard him say when we were on the phone. And so the next day we get on the phone and he's asking me like, hey, like, did I say anything inappropriate? And honestly speaking, y'all, he didn't really say nothing like too inappropriate. So I was like, I mean, you said some off-putting things, but it wasn't nothing to where I was like uncomfortable. And so he was like, okay, bet. So we continue talking and we're talking about our date, and he's like saying, do you want to do this after, like asking me different things. And then I'm like, yeah, mind you, we're on the phone with each other. We talk on FaceTime for like an hour. At this point now, he's back to his normal, like, I guess his normal person. He's sober again. So he's not being like lustful or nothing. Like, we're just talking about like real stuff. We're talking about real things. So, and he's like, hey, like, I want you to text me. So I end up texting him later on that day and we start having conversations about something else, y'all. Tell me why out of nowhere this boy asked me, okay, no, not even just that. So another thing that guys would do a lot is guys will try to check temperature on you, and you have to notice when a guy is trying to check your temperature, and you have to shut it down or you have to cut him off. I should have cut him off. So we were talking about movies. He was saying stuff like, oh, I cannot wait for us to be watching movies together. I really want to watch this movie with you, this and that. I really want to watch this show. We're talking about shows. Out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, like, do you like cuddling? Me and you haven't even went out on our first date. Me and you have not even went out on our first date. And you're asking me, do I like cuddling? Why are you asking me that for? Why do you care? You think I'm gonna cuddle with you? I'm not. So I'm like, no. He's like, oh, okay. He was like, cause like I like cuddling and stuff like that. So I was just asking, like, you know, when we watch our movies together, like, you know, would you like cuddling? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, I like cuddling, so I'm gonna cuddle with you. And I was like, I'm not gonna cuddle with you. I'm gonna watch the TV. This boy texted me and said, okay, so what's gonna happen if I turn off the TV? Bitch, I'm gonna call the police, cause that's not why I came here. I didn't come here to sit in the darkness. That's what's gonna happen if you keep playing with me. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at him and I'm like, bro, like, it's giving weird. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, honey, but I don't like it. So I changed the subject, because mind you, while me and this boy are texting each other, we're having like so many different conversations, like 3 different conversations. So I replied to the other ones, not the inappropriate one. This boy goes and question marks the one that I ignored. Baby, I saw it and I don't want to see it, okay? I do not care. And so I told him, I'm like, are you good? Like, I had to let him know, like, are you good? So at this point, y'all, I start to get a little irritated. I start to get a little like, I don't think I want to go out with this boy. Like, I feel like this boy's trying to check temperature, and don't check my temperature, because I'm gonna end up checking yours. So he's like, oh, I was just asking, I'm just playing, this and that. So I'm like, well, I'm not playing. I had to tell him, I'm like, I'm not playing, shut it down. So he was like, okay, bet. So we ended up like changing the subject, y'all. Tell me why this boy, he can't help himself, this little horny dog. He texts me and says, are you a freak? Y'all, I know I said I'm not drinking this wine, but honey, I'm gonna have to drink to that. Cheers. Am I a what? I'm a child of God first, before anything. Why are you asking? Y'all, just know, I'm not even gonna finish that because we're gonna be here all day. Just know me and him never spoke again, okay? We went back and forth and it was a long story, but we ain't never spoke again after that, because I just felt like you're trying to bring something out of me that I don't want to be brought out of me. I don't know you. No, I'm not a freak for you. My shit is dry. I'm selectively a freak. Yes, I am a freak, but not for you. Just disgusted me. It just disgusted me. And like I said, when you are plus size, you are going to be dealing with a lot of that. I have had guys say things like they wanna on my face, unprovoked. Me and them were like talking, getting ready for our date, and they've made comments like that they wanna on my pretty face, which I don't, first of all, I do not even let, I think in my lifetime, and I know this is TMI, but I do not let guys come on my face. Let you come on my face, I love you. It's just certain things that I don't really allow, and not even because of like that's nasty or anything, but you guys know my skin is very sensitive. Like, bitch, I'll let a nigga come on my face and I'll have a whole bunch of rashes the next morning, you know? So for you to say something like that is so derogatory. But like I said, y'all, they do not care, because they feel like she's plus size, not a lot of guys are checking for her, she just gonna take anything. But what a lot of these men don't understand is that, baby, if you looked at me and you thought that I was cute, I'm telling you, your partner thought the same shit too. Y'all all here doing the same shit. What I'm gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna smash all of y'all? Am I supposed to sleep with every guy that comes my way? You know what I mean? So it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot, I'm gonna lie, it's a lot. So here is how my dating life has gotten easier. Let's get into that. We're gonna get into that aspect of how my dating life has gotten easier. I do not put all my eggs in one basket. When I used to date back then, like, if I like you, I shut down the whole world for you. I cut everybody off for you. It's just me and you against the world, bitch. I'm turning to Beyonce. Carry on the run, baby, long as I'm next to you. But you remember, you see when Beyonce was making all them songs, drunk in love. that nigga Jay-Z was cheating. Now she has to pop up with lemonade. You know what I mean? So you cannot put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to these men. You do have to date around. No matter how much you like this guy, no matter how much you and this guy are getting along, you never know, guys. Switch up so quickly, y'all. Like, you could be having a good conversation with a guy. You could have never gotten into an argument with a guy. Y'all can, the vibes could be there, and then the next morning the guy would just wake up and decide that he's just done. Number 2, I do not take dating seriously. Like, I used to be on the dating apps and not be on Hinge like that no more, like how I used to be. And you guys, if y'all watch the Legion series, y'all already know why I deleted Hinge for real. Like, after Legion, y'all, I literally was not messing with Hinge no more. I think I went out on like 2 more dates after Legion from Hinge, and yeah, that was it. Like, that was it. And yeah, those dates didn't go anywhere. So I'm not really on Hinge like that no more. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't even have the app on my phone. I make dating fun. I don't go in with no expectation, go looking for anything. Whenever guys tell me, what are you looking for? I say, I don't know. Cause I really don't know, y'all. Like, I really don't know. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not fully healed. And I feel like if you are not fully healed, you shouldn't be going there looking for no relationship, okay? I'm not healed, y'all. So I just be dating. I tell guys straight up. I always tell guys the truth. Let them know that you don't know what you got going on right now, but also let them know that this ain't a go with the flow type of behavior. Like, you know, because some men, sometimes when I tell guys like, oh, I'm not looking for anything, or I don't know what I got going on, they be thinking that I'm looking for this. Bitch, I ain't looking for that either. I said I'm not looking for anything. Get away from me. Like, some guys be thinking, oh, she not looking for no relationship, she just trying to hunch. No, I'm not trying to do that shit either. My bitch is shaking ass with their hand now. What's the money? But yeah. So yeah, the last real relationship that I had, it wasn't even a relationship. We never even made it to the relationship phase because we were so toxic. Like, we were so freaking toxic. The last real relationship, like, I'm gonna just say relationship. The last real relationship that I had was last year. The ending of last year. And ever since then, I've just been dating for fun, y'all. I go on dates here and there. If you guys are not subscribed to my new channel, y'all need to subscribe, because I'm starting a new series on that channel where I take you guys with me to my dates. So if you guys want to see that, yeah. But if it does get serious, this is one advice that I will give you guys. Take it to God. And I always do that. Even when I didn't listen, you know, I even took Legion to God, and God told me he ain't the one. And I told God, I'm like, man, I don't know. Y'all, I literally took Legion to God, believe it or not. I literally asked God, like, is Legion the one? Because in the beginning, like I told you guys, if y'all watch the series, then y'all would know. Legion was doing everything right in the beginning, honey. So I had to ask God, I'm like, God, is he the one? Am I tripping? And God came and told me real quick, he ain't the one. And I ignored it. But I will tell you guys to take it to God, because you want to make sure that whatever you're feeling is authentic, because you want to make sure you're not feeling no inauthentic type of connections that the devil formulated. You know what I mean? So take it to God if you think it's real. But if it's not real, y'all, just have fun. Sorry, y'all, my camera died. The last thing that I will tell, and this is specifically to all my girls, you don't have to be plus size. This is for everybody. You have to have confidence, y'all. A lot of the times, a lot of plus size girls that I be seeing on like socials, they'll be talking about their dating experiences, or when they download dating apps, they don't show their full body, or they might state in their bio, just letting you know I'm a big girl. I don't do all that. You feel me? I don't do all that just letting you know I'm a big girl type of bullshit in my bio. You got eyes, right? Do you have eyes? Can you see? Do you have eyes? Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Don't be doing all that. Oh, I'm just letting you know I'm a big girl. Before you match with me, I'm a big girl. Or like having a whole bunch of pictures in your bio that's just literally your face up. Girl, they know you big. Somebody who is watching me right now, would y'all think I'm a skinny girl just from my face up? Would you think, oh, she's a skinny girl? No, you're gonna be like, oh, that's a plus size, beautiful, beautiful chocolate woman, right? So you guys need to be more confident, because guys could smell somebody who is not confident. Guys could smell somebody who is not too sure of themselves, and they take advantage of that. And then they start telling you, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and this is what we're gonna do, and stuff like that. And honestly speaking, y'all, it doesn't matter. Like I said, even if you have confidence, guys will still try you. Guys try me all the time, okay? Guys try to humble me. Guys try to like put me in my place now that I've gotten smaller, but I'm still a plus size girl. Guys, they don't hide me, so I don't get hidden in the dark. A lot of guys, they want to take me out, they want to show me off, but then when people start staring at me in public and stuff, they start catching attitudes. If you guys watch my last story time with that guy that I named Perry, that I went out with, you guys know I told you guys that he invited me to the club and I invited my friend, and one of his friends were looking at me, and he said that he doesn't want to go out with me no more to the club because his friend was looking at me. So it's like, I don't really get guys that try to hide me no more because they're ashamed to be with me. I now get guys who try to hide me or try to humble me because I look good, and they don't like people. They don't like the aura that I have when I walk into the building. Because baby, when I walk into a room, and I'm not just saying this, I'm not saying this because it's me. Any room that I walk into, I'ma own it. All eyes will be on me. I'm not just saying this just to play. And it's been like that since I was big. Bigger. All eyes will be on me. All the attention will be on me and my friends. Like, everybody's gonna look at us, you know what I mean? So, and not everybody can handle it. Like, there's some people that cannot handle that, and so that's what I deal with now. But you have to stay true to yourself regardless of how he feels. Regardless of if he feels some type of way that you're getting attention. You have to stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody minimize you. Don't let nobody bring you down. Don't let nobody make you feel less than. Change for anybody. I hate seeing I hate seeing bad bitches get into relationships and change. Y'all see Whitney from Love Island? Y'all see how Laken, whatever his name is, the guy that she went to Love Island with. Y'all see how he had her change up her whole style. That was a bad bitch. That was a Nigerian babe. That was a Nigerian baddie. Y'all see how he had her change up her whole entire aesthetic and then left her ass in a heartbeat because he said that she was too boring. I don't remember what he said, but he left her. He left her in the dust, and now she's back to her baddie aesthetic. She should have never changed her baddie aesthetic to begin with, because that's why he originally got with her, whether he wants to admit that he likes that aesthetic or not. A lot of guys will get with you, they will see you, they will like that aesthetic, but then they will notice, oh, this aesthetic comes with a lot of attention. This aesthetic comes with a lot of eyes. This aesthetic comes with attention not being on me, but only her. And then they get jealous, and instead to admit to themselves that they're envious of their own girl that they're trying to date, they try to make you change and water you down so you don't get as much attention. And then, because they water you down and you listen to them and you water yourself down for them, towards the ending of the line, they start to find you boring. Because the girl that they dated in the beginning is who they really like. They watered you down because they were jealous of the way the public was receiving you. They end up leaving you, and they gonna leave you for somebody who, A, they always wanted to be with, or B, somebody that was just like you, that how you were in the beginning. Do not change yourself for no man. But yeah, y'all, that's the video. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know how it is dating for y'all in y'all 20s. I love you guys so much. This video was fun. Oh my god, I love girl talks. If you guys like this type of setup, y'all let me know. I'll do more of this. I know you guys say y'all love when I put y'all on my vanity, so I'm gonna put y'all on my vanity. But I love you guys so much. Y'all comment down below if I miss out any parts, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye y'all.